All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this here, guys. We are doing the study guide for our spring. This is 2023 there. So in this case, we are going to be focusing on these topics in this case. So starting off in this case, guys, reading box plots, right? A few important things in this case, guys, with box plots. To start off, before, identifying what it is that we're looking for, let's go ahead and start off by identifying what we have, right? In a box plot, you always start off with the minimum and you end up with the maximum, min and max. From there, we actually also have a median, and the median in this case would actually be this line. This here is the median. And the other two lines in this case represent the Q1 and the Q3. Once again, this is the box plot. It's cut into 4 separate sections. This would be 25%, 50%, 75%, and then the whole thing. Okay, so in this case, they're asking for a couple things. They're asking for the IQR, the median, and the range. Now, in order for us to actually find the IQR is actually, let me actually move it more this way. The IQR in this case is Q3 minus Q1. So let's go ahead and identify our Q3. Q3 in this case is actually equal to an 11. And Q1 is equal to an 8, all right? So then in this case, the IQR would be 11 minus an 8, which in this case is a 3. So IQR is equal to a 3, all right? Median, in this case, guys, median would actually be our middle, our 50% of the data, in this case, the median. So that would actually land on 10. Median in this case is 10, and the range is actually the max minus the min. So our max in this case is going to be 13, and our min is going to be 4. So then that is going to be 13 minus 4, which in this case is 9. So in this case, the range is equal to a 9. And that would be for the first one, all right? First one here. Take a look at the second one. In this case, guys, we're actually creating a box plot. These are actually the choices we have, right? So we are given the data in this case. This is actually our data. And thankfully for us, this data is already in order. So let's go ahead and actually create the box plot. To start off in this case, guys, with the box plot, this here is the minimum, and this one here is the maximum. So let me take a look at our box plots here. I should have a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 19. And if you check, they actually all have a minimum and a maximum of 1 and 19. So I can't discard any of them as of now. Next thing I want to go ahead and focus on is the median. Median in this case is we have to cancel each of the terms in this case from opposite sides. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Median in this case, this one is the median, is 12. So let's go ahead and check which one has a median of 12. This one has a median of 13, so this one's going to be out. This one's not it. This one has a median of 12, so that is correct. This is the median, that is correct. Median, and this is min, and that one is max, so that's correct. And let's go ahead and check this one as well. That's the median. It does have the median at 12, so that's correct. And min and max. Now let's go ahead and focus on the Q1 and the Q3. Once again, Q1 and Q3. So the Q1 and Q3 is actually based on the data we find before and after the median. Since our median in this case is actually one number, we're not going to include it. So let's go ahead and cancel 1, 1, 1, 1. The Q1 in this case is 6. Q1 is 6. On this one, the Q1 is, or Q3 is 16. So let's go ahead and check on this one. Should be a 6. Oh, this one is actually an 8. That one is a 16, but the Q1 is not 6. So this one's out. And in this case, this one would actually be the one where we have the Q1 is 6 and the Q3 is 16. So that is a check. And let me actually just change this one over here to an 8. And that's not the one we're looking for. So our answer on this one, guys, is this one here. So that's creating a box plot. Now, in this case, experimental probability, it's actually telling us about, family marcas in this case who goes out to vacation. They've gone out to 9 in total. And it actually shows, the box in this case shows the number of days that they've been out for each of those vacations. In this case, it's asking what is the reasonable estimate for the probability that the next Marcus family vacation lasts less than 3 days. So we're looking in this case for the days that are less than 3. Once again, all of this are days. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have a total of 9. So in this case, probability of having less than 3 days is based on 5 out of 9. And if we do 5 divided by 9, let's see, 5 divided by, divided by 9, that's about 56%. If we round to the nearest percent, which is about 56%. So there's a 56% chance that the next vacation is going to last less than 3 days. All right, and that's experimental probability. Now, focusing on average rate of change in this case, it says that what is the average rate of change of h over the interval of -3 and 2? Now, in this case, guys, once again, this interval, they're giving us here x1 and x2. So because we're talking about rate of change actually talks about the change of y over the change in x. And in this case, that actually becomes a formula of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so then let's go ahead and take a look if our x1 in this case is a -3. So we're focused on this point. And then x2 in this case is a 2. So we're focused on this one. So then we're going to have, once again, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So then that's going to become 0 minus a 2 over 2 minus a -3. One thing, guys, double negatives become a positive, so that's -2 over 5. And that would actually be our rate of change, -2 over 5. That is the rate of change. Now, taking a look at the next one, guys, it says, over which interval does the rate of change, or is the rate of change of 0? Now, on this one here, whenever they're asking for a positive, negative, or 0 in this case, they're actually talking about the direction of the slope. So for positive, a slope would look increasing from left to right. Negative would be decreasing from left to right. And then 0 would actually be just a horizontal line. Horizontal. So the easiest thing for us to do here in this case, guys, is to actually graph this on decimals. Let's go ahead and graph on decimals. All right, so if we graph on decimals in this case, let's go ahead and bring out the equation here, or graph in this case. All right, so we have, instead of t, guys, I'm just going to put x. Not going to put t, because then it sometimes doesn't let me graph it that way. All right, so that is our function. Here's our function, all right? Now, in this case, we want to go ahead and take a look for the interval of 0. Now, what we're going to do in this case, I'm actually going to go ahead and input these intervals just like they are on the next line. So on this next line, I'm going to go ahead and put 1 is less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 4. And it's actually showing us where the interval starts and where it ends, right? If you take a look at this one here, this one is actually showing a slope of negative. Once again, if you were to connect these, if you were to connect them from here to there, that is actually a negative slope. So this is negative. That's not what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and check out the next one. The next one would be, in this case, -3 and a negative 4, and a negative 4. And if we take a look at that, here is our interval, negative 3 and negative 4. And if you take a look at that one here, this one is actually a positive slope, right? If you take a look, it's going from here to there. That is actually a positive slope, and that's not what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and see. So this is negative. This one was positive, and we're looking for a 0. Check out the next one. It's from negative 2 to a 4. All right. Now, in this case, we're focused on where it touches on the graph. And if you take a look at this one here, let's move this one. Take a look at this one. Those are the points. We're looking for a 0. Once again, 0 means that it's going to be creating a horizontal line, a horizontal straight line. So in this case, our answer for this one would actually be C, because this one is 0. Okay, that one is a 0. All right. Now, moving on to the next one in this case, guys, talks about so adding and subtracting polynomials. In this case, it says subtract negative 7x squared plus a 3x minus 9 from a 5x squared minus a 6x minus 4. So subtracted from is actually a turnaround phrase, which means that as it's being shown, we're not going to be subtracting this one with that one. It's from. So you're actually subtracting this one with this one. So it's flipping. So that becomes a 5x squared minus a 6x minus 4 minus, open parentheses, a negative 7x squared plus a 3x minus 9. So we actually have to distribute this negative into the parentheses. And that's going to become a 5x squared minus a 6x minus 4 plus a 7x squared minus a 3x plus 9. From here, we focus on combining like terms. I could actually combine these two because they both have an x squared, combine these two because they both have an x, and combine these two because they're constants. So doing so would actually give us a 12x squared minus a 9x plus a 5. And that would be our final answer.